Hey everyone. So I wanted to compare these two helicopters here. These are Blades 130X and 180 CFX. They're basically very similar. The 180 CFX I see as an upgraded version of the 130X. They don't really sell the 130X anymore, I couldn't find. But if you can find the 130X at a very low price, I'd say go for it. The 180 CFX, of course it's new, it's gonna, it's whatever the price is what it is at this current time. But it is definitely the one to go for if you can spend the extra money on it. Let's go ahead and just look at the two, see the size difference and the battery differences, and then we'll talk a little bit about their flight. So like I said, I kind of see the 180 as an upgraded 130. As you see, the blades are very similar. On the 130, our tail is a torque tube. Never have had any problem with it. It's a very thin boom here. The tube in there just fits. It's very, very thin in there. On the 180, looks a little beefier, a lot thicker tail boom. And if we go ahead and take off the canopies here, we'll see the motors and the other parts that are differences. Everything on this is basically just nicer. So let's start with the motor. And here we have an in-runner, and it's actually pretty powerful. But we have an in-runner motor. I'm assuming it's by Blade. And it's powered by a 2-cell 300 milliamp 35C. Over here, we're running an outrunner motor, and it's not as long, but it is wider and it runs on a higher voltage, much more power. It's running on a 3-cell 450 milliamp. So a lot more voltage, stronger motor, more power. The size of these two, let's go ahead and take a look at them from the top. I'm going to lay them side by side here. The size, of course, the 180 is bigger, but they're very similar. So let's go ahead, let's look at them from the top here. And as we can see, the 180 is just like, I'd say 1, 2, 3, probably about 3 inches longer from the tip of here to the end of the tail. And it's just basically a smaller version. The frame on the 130 is plasticky, whereas on the 180 we have carbon fiber. The 130 I've flown a lot, done lots of 3D with it. It's a great little heli. It has some tail wag issues, but those can usually be fixed just by adjusting some gain settings and such. It really flies great, but I do, like I said, get a little tail twitch here and there. But for what it is, really great heli. If you can find one of these cheap, I'd say they're still great. Go for it if you can find them like at a really reduced price. I don't know if they're selling them new anymore. But if you want the best of the best in this size category, for this brand, would go for the 180 CFX. As you saw, it's a little bigger. You're going to pay a little more, but you're getting a lot more new, nice technology. We have the upgraded servo positions to help the swash plate stay nice and level and smooth. And they've just done a lot of cool engineering on here. Castle Creations ESC and nice new receiver in there. Flown the 180 CFX just once so far. Did a hover with it and just flew it around. I'm getting it set up in my transmitter. Had no tail wag and it felt great. Definitely an improvement. So I just wanted to show these two. If you guys have any questions or comments about the two, let me know. And both great helis, but like I said, you can't go wrong with this new one. See y'all later. Happy flying.